What's up, guys? It's Pierre from the Hot Pot, and I am back again here to inform you guys on what's actually going on in Haiti. I know there's a lot of ill-informed people and a lot of misguided information going on online from multiple media outlets like CNN, MSNBC, the BBC, and most recently Anton Daniels. But I mean, I can't blame him for his ignorance. But at the same time, we do this to try and keep people informed. This isn't necessarily a political channel, and I don't want to get political, but it's only involved me because I too am Haitian. So let's get right into it, and I want to show you guys why I think Anton Daniels is so ill-informed, and I don't know, he's just lost in terms of information.
What's happening internationally is gangs in Haiti has officially taken over Haiti. They have taken over Haiti so bad that they are taking over the jails and the prisons, and they've freed over 4,000 criminals and prisoners. I wonder if any of them is going to catch a flight to the United States of America, because we're going to revisit the migrant crisis tomorrow. But gangs in Haiti is literally taken over so bad, and it's so horrible over there that they've officially started doing jailbreaks where they're freeing prisoners. Again, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm.
So, this already is one thing that Anton has wrong. A lot of things, when they say gangs, it's kind of a misguided label that they're applying onto people. So, a lot of the things that they're saying about gangs, yes, some of them might be gangs, but a majority of them seem to be organized militia, the organized population, trying to fight or resist a dictator's power and will with the backing of the United States government. Now, we'll probably go over to a better informed media source known as Redacted with Clayton Morris. But these guys hit the nail on the head every single time. If you're looking for accurate information on what's going on in Haiti, make sure you go subscribe and look into what they're doing at Redacted. All right, let's get into it.
He is under a state of emergency at this hour as the country's gangs have freed thousands of people from prisons and are reportedly trying to bring down Haiti's unelected Prime Minister, Ariel Henry. Dan Cohen from Uncaptured Media, of course, has been covering Haiti like no other, and joins us. He just actually returned from Haiti, where things have gotten a little out of hand. But I did, air quotes for gangs, Dan, because there is the story that the media tells us about what's going on in Haiti, and then there's the truth, which is, of course, what you have uncovered.
So that's another important thing. You see, like, these guys are actually in the field, and they're actually seeing, and they've been keeping up with what's been going on in Haiti over, a couple of years now, since this whole assassination with Jovenel Moise happened, the accusations against his wife, which are untrue. And a lot of people should know that she was actually shot too, but she actually ended up surviving and was attended medically and sent to the U.S. and then later returned back to Haiti. But yeah, these guys are better informed than what you're seeing on the internet from misguided media sources like CNN, MSNBC, all these Western, like, left-leaning, like, media sources. These guys typically get it wrong. And the reason why is because they're trying to get you to believe in a narrative that's untrue. And the narrative here is that we need to send U.S. forces into Haiti to fix it because these guys can't fix it themselves. That is not the case. The thing is, a lot of the problems that Haiti's had, it's actually kind of been of the fault of the United States and Western media and Western powers. I'm sorry. But this is no dig at anyone who's living in the West, but this is mainly a dig at the governmental power, that level of power structure that exists in the West. But let's get back into it.
What is going on in Haiti right now?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate to use those air quotes on gangs. I mean, there are real gangs, but the real gang are the ones running the country at the behest of the U.S., and that's what we're seeing, a long-term sort of popular uprising coalesce right now in.
So when he says that the real gang is the one that's kind of on the side, of the U.S., he's pretty much saying that the people in power, Ariel Henry, along with other people who've, been, supporting the U.S. involvement and Western involvement in Haiti, those are the real people, the real criminals, the real gangs, the people who've imposed themselves as a dictating power, a dictator, to pretty much circumvent all the desires and all the interests of the general population of Haiti to do what the U.S. and the Western government actually want.
The rejection of the interim prime minister, who I think is now the longest serving prime minister in Haitian history, Ariel Henry, basically being rejected by the country. So essentially what's going on is Ariel Henry left about a week ago to go to Kenya. And in Nairobi, he has signed an agreement with the Kenyan government to send in basically what amount to death squads. I did an investigation at Uncaptured Media on these. They call them Kenyan Police Special Forces, but these are straight up death squads that have a extremely horrific track record inside their own country. And so the U.S. has been seeking a military intervention in Haiti, but doesn't want to do it itself because they know that the Haitian masses would reject it because of the history of bloody U.S. interventions in the past. And so the U.S. has been seeking other countries, has tried every single way, ram it through the United Nations, through CARICOM, and finally got the Kenyans, apparently through a hefty bribe worth hundreds of millions of dollars, to agree to send 5,000 police special forces, as I said, death squads.
So this is another important thing that's happening here. So the Kenyan force that's actually being hired or bribed to go into Haiti had their own ruling domestically in their own country. The judge there at the time ruled against the president that it would be unconstitutional and unnecessary for them to send their own military, their own resources into a different country when they themselves have problems, and they ruled against it. But the president overstepped his boundaries and still said, I'm going to still go ahead and do this. And why did he do this? To maintain a political posture that might seem more favorable towards the West, so that, maybe he might be more trusted, and maybe they might reach out to him more. Maybe they might install him or, help him maintain a position of power in Africa and Kenya. But yeah, that was the whole narrative behind that. All right, let's get back into it.
Amazing, right? Because all of these other countries, like, no, we're not.
And like I said before, this is not a media channel, so this is all for entertainment purposes, right? And let's get back into it.
Sending troops, we're not sending forces, we're not doing. So how in the world did the United States manage to bribe them? Like, what was the bribe here to get them to send thousands of people?
Yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars to this incredibly corrupt Kenyan government that is basically a landing strip for the United States, and in the region of Africa, that it's in is a top U.S. ally. So, and has participated in all kinds of interventions throughout Africa, and even in Yugoslavia in previous decades, and so it's a dependable kind of regime for the United States in Africa. And they figure, well, we can get basically a black face on this American intervention in Haiti. That's the idea. However, that has met some legal hurdles in Kenya, namely because there has to be a bilateral agreement with the government of Haiti, and the government of Haiti is unelected. So they're trying to ram it through anyway. Prime Minister Ariel Henry goes to Kenya to get this thing signed. And now that he's out of the country, what's happened is these armed groups, some of which are criminal in nature and are fair to call gangs, and some of which are not criminal in nature, and we've profiled extensively, here on Redacted, These armed groups have a sort of non-aggression pact, I think is the best way to describe it. And so what they've done is gone and occupied the airport in Port-au-Prince.
So, for those of you guys that don't really understand this, this is one of the biggest news of our lifetime right now. So, what's going on in Haiti right now is that there were gangs, there were, actual violent groups in Haiti, right? And at the same time, there are just organized let's say armed groups that are just there to protect themselves from the gangs. They had been fighting nonstop, resisting each other. Well, they actually finally came into this agreement to say like, hey, we need to, form some type of truce so that we can fight an even larger devil, even larger evil entity that's in this country, which is the installment of Ariel Henry, which is backed by the United States, Canada, and the UN, and France as well.
Which basically means that Ariel Henry cannot come into the country and cannot land. And at this point, I don't think anyone even knows where Ariel Henry is. So this is the main thing they're trying to accomplish, is keep Ariel Henry out, this unelected tin pot dictator controlled by the United States, to keep him out. Inside the country, you have this non-aggression pact between these armed groups, and these armed groups are who carried out this raid on the prison, freeing thousands of prisoners. And now I just want to kind of help people understand, what is this non-aggression pact? Who are the gangs? Who are the other armed groups? So we have profiled extensively a guy named Jimmy Cherizier. His nickname is Barbecue, who is a former Haitian police officer who was basically burned by the system and became a quote-unquote outlaw. And he founded a group called the Revolutionary Forces of the G9 Family and Allies, and which basically sought to unite armed groups against the criminal armed groups. And so for years, for about 4 years, the G9, led by Cherizier, has been fighting against these gangs, these criminal gangs that kidnap, that rape, that murder, and really terrorize the population. He came to a point where he was unable to fight them and actually really defeat them, because there are so many and they are heavily armed and funded by the elites in Haiti who are tied to the US. So what he did is he decided, look, I'm not able to defeat them, so I'm going to have a sort of non-aggression pact with them. And that was created last year in something called Vivre Ensemble, living together. Is what it means in Creole.
So here we go again. So this guy named Jimmy Cherizier, aka named Barbecue, he's actually one of the good guys in this whole thing, but he's being painted by the Western media as the head honcho for all of these evil gang people who are in Haiti. And he's actually not. And the thing is, the U.S. government is trying to target him so that they can get him out of the way, so that they can let Ariel Henry, their installed puppet, continue to do whatever he wants, give U.S. unlimited access to the land and its resources, so that they can take a lot of the things that the Haitians have been there rightfully preserving. And pretty much Jimmy Cherizier had pretty much organized people locally in different cities and whatnot to, arm themselves and protect themselves against these local gangs, these violent groups that would impose violent acts on general population. But he finally got to a point where he can just negotiate with them, signing a pact with the devil to defeat the even larger devil is pretty much the whole narrative here. But this is what happens when you have a country where you have an installed, unelected leader. And the U.S., this might be something that you guys might need to look into. And it's not too far-fetched. When you can see it happening in a different country, it's a lot easier for you to imagine what can happen here domestically.
And so Vivre Ensemble is very fraught. There have been groups that have come in it and come out of it, but basically, Cherizier has tried to keep this non-aggression pact together to focus on getting rid of Ariel Henry. And then once Ariel Henry is out, then they can kind of, determine what happens next. So it's basically it's really a gamble for Cherizier, who I believe in what he is trying to do, in the sense that he wants to improve the conditions of his country, so people aren't living in literal sewage. But he's had to essentially make a deal with the devil in order to defeat a larger devil. So what happens now is anyone's guess. It's a very kind of unstable moment.
It's fascinating because as you've posted on X, we see, these incredible images of him speaking, Jimmy Cherizier speaking to thousands of people in Haiti. And for the first time, I'm seeing him wear a suit and tie instead of sort of like military fatigues. And he's it seems like he's trying to bring these people together to rise up against these imperialists who are trying to take over our country, the United States, the United Nations, who are trying to come in here and exploit our people, and trying to, it seems, get these individuals whom the United States has had in their back pockets for a long time on his side, saying, maybe stand with Haiti rather than the imperialists, the United States. It's a tall order.
So, I mean, I want you guys to actually do this quick exercise in your own head. If, let's say in the United States, right? If, let's say we didn't elect a leader, right? And then people revolted against that leader and disagreed with him heavily, then that current government, who everyone knows was, not voted in, it was jointly agreed upon that this ruler or this president was not ruled or voted in, he then reaches out to, let's say, Canada, and Canada says that they're sending forces into the U.S. to police you. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? That's exactly what's going on right now. So you kind of have a glimpse of what some of these people are facing. They're literally having the agreement of an unelected prime minister or president reach out to a different country and tell that country to come police my country. That does not make sense. That's an invasion. But I digress. Let's get back into this whole mess created by the West.
What's your sense of whether or not he can pull this off?
It's anybody's guess, really, at this moment. I mean, those armed groups that has this non-aggression pact with are dangerous. They're killers. But whether he can convince any of them to change their ways remains to be seen. Whether he has to end up fighting them as he was before and has been for years. That's a big question. And he has been fighting some of them. This whole Vivre Ensemble non-aggression pact, like I said, has been very fraught. For example, he lives in a neighborhood called Lower Delma, which he is basically responsible for. And he, for years, fought the next neighborhood over called Bel Air, led by a guy named Kempes Sanon, who is an unrepentant kidnapper. Now he has a non-aggression pact with him. Does that mean they're allies? They're at peace? No, it just means they're currently not shooting at each other.
So that's really hard to do. So, you have to actually shake hands with an actual demon, a guy who's an unrepentant kidnapping. And like what about kidnapping in Haiti, these things are real. Like, I mean, not too long ago, we had a few American citizens who were kidnapped in Haiti. And I think by law, somehow miraculously, they said those guys escaped in the middle of the night and, went past all the security, went past all the kidnapping, went out of the city where it was a, gang orchestrated zone, snuck into the airport, bypassed everything, and somehow made it out of the country. That is fake. These guys didn't even speak the language, but obviously you can tell that there's been some type of collusion between United States government and some of those gangs, which had been stated earlier, that the United States government, they have relationships with people in parliament, and those people in parliament have gangs underneath them, which are some of these evil people that Jimmy Cherizier, unfortunately, has to create a pact with temporarily so that they can try and cast out this unelected dictator. But I digress. This is some of the mess that's been going on in Haiti, but if you guys don't know the history of Haiti, you won't know some of these things that are very crucial to the power struggle that Haiti has always had. The United States attempted 3 different coups in the past, or 4 at this point. Ever since then, it's kind of soured the blood and relationship between the U.S. and Haiti, rightfully so. And it's happened to a point where the U.S. has always taken and never given. And I mean, more recently, in recent years, I guess you could say that the Clintons have had an influence in Haiti that most Haitians do not agree with. They've built factories on top of farmlands against Haitian population's will. And a lot of it, some people point towards trafficking. But I'm not gonna say it's true or not. I don't know about the trafficking, but I do know for sure that they've taken advantage of the Haitian farmlands, Haitian lands, bought some. And the thing is, in the Haitian Constitution, it was once said before that any person outside of Haiti can never purchase land in Haiti. And that was quickly torn up by United States coup during the time of Theodore Roosevelt. But let's go to another ignorant individual, or back to an ignorant individual, Anton Daniels. And he really just does not make sense when you get to listen to him. So take a listen to this.
Why y'all won't go back? Why y'all won't go over to Haiti? Why y'all don't want to go over to Haiti? It is the second oldest republic of the Western Hemisphere after the United States, and it's won its independence from France in 1804. How come y'all won't go over to Haiti? Mubaye! Nah. Whenever I see clothes burning in the middle of the street, I say nope.
So, I'm actually a fan of some of the content that Anton Daniels creates, but you can tell he's just completely ignorant and uninformed about what's going on in Haiti. Back in 1804, the Haitian slaves that actually freed themselves from French colonizers. Haiti was actually ruled twice by Spanish conquistadors and then by the French, and then they freed themselves in 1804. After freeing themselves, licking themselves from all the wounds, out of the revolution that they just came out of, the French government came back to Haiti and didn't even step foot on the land. They surrounded the entire island with warships, with cannons ready to blow the entire island away. Now, the only way that the Haitians could see themselves surviving, the French was, pretty much forcing them, saying, hey, you guys better, pay us for the slaves that you guys just freed. Meaning the war that you guys just fought and beat us in, you have to pay us money for freeing yourselves. And that sent Haiti into an economical, it just sent them into an economic downturn. It crippled them economically, pretty much. They paid trillions of dollars in today's money back then as slaves, as people who had nothing. But the only way to do that was that they had to pay it in a loan issued by the French government. And on top of that, they had to pay the interest as well. And a lot of it wasn't even paid until the 21st century. They didn't complete the payment. They didn't complete the payment of their loan till the 19th century, or 21st century. They didn't complete this loan, and they still had interest to pay on it. They still had a lot of other things, and it's even felt now in today's time frame of like what's everything that's been happening in Haiti. So people asking, how come, they should have freed themselves, they should have made things happen. No, actually, this is a recent event that's happening now. The fact that these guys had to pay trillions of dollars in interest, and then their children's of children and children of children, it prohibited the country from even making further development. Do you know why France got, predominantly known for their coffee shops? It was all based off the backs of the Haitians. They supplied the coffee, the sugar, everything that gave France that look of, the whole caffeine and coffee shops and whatnot. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now. But they also did the same for the U.S. and Canada. And it's unfortunate because a lot of it gets underswept and you won't ever hear about it in Western media. But I do encourage some of you guys to go ahead and do some of that research so that you guys can actually get an understanding of what's going on. But that's kind of what's been going on in Haiti. So, Anton, please do your research. Kind of watching this was hard for me to watch because, you obviously are ignorant and did not understand what's going on here. But let's keep pushing forward, right? Let's just kind of hold our ears and leave your ears wide open so you can hear and see everything for what it is.
It's not a place for me to go to. Don't y'all want to see all of the world? Why y'all don't go to Haiti? Y'all keep going to Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Keep on being. How come? Okay, this is all I'm asking. Haiti is beautiful. Shh. Says who? Says who? Who told you that?
Haiti is actually very beautiful. In fact, that is why the Clintons and all these other people have bought large portions of land in Haiti so that they can make it a destination vacation place for themselves and their families, and also to create different businesses. And Haiti is also one of those places that people want to purchase and take lots of the natural grown resources that it has, because it has so much like helium, and then the things to make streets. I'm not even saying this right, but raw materials needed to manufacture streets, and it's a multitude of other things that can be used in agriculture. It's so abundant. In fact, let's see if we can. Let's just look at what Haiti looks like. Let's just see if we can find something, right? Let's see. I think I just want to go and like look for like some photos or videos or something. Look for some photos. But yeah, like as you can see, all of these things, man, it's just insane the amount of untouched resources in Haiti. It's essentially like another Hawaii, to be honest. It has white sands, clay sand, and it has many islands around the island that are also property of Haiti. And those smaller islands are like places people can swim to during the day, swim back. It's very nice. But actually, let's see if we can actually find like some images. Like this is Haiti, guys. This is Haiti. These aren't AI generated. So like, that's just one thing, right? Anyways, that's Anton, man. Definitely, I would not recommend tuning into a CNN, BBC, or anything else like left-leaning media type. I don't know, and information source, because a lot of them get it wrong, and a lot of it is to get you into this narrative of we need to send American troops, or we need to send Western resources back up to do something in Haiti. No, they do not. The United States has had decades, and I'd even say centuries of implementing their type of political beliefs on the state of Haiti, but it's always been bad. It's always never turned out to be good, and it's always been unnecessary, as you're seeing once again. But yeah, let's get back to the more accurate information right now. Let's go back to redacted.
Killing each other. But he has barbecue, the G9, has been fighting against other groups from a few streets over. And that was happening when I was there with Kim Ives of Haiti Liberté just about 2 weeks ago. So we see that this is very, I keep saying the word fraught. It's the best way to describe it. It's extremely fraught. It's unknown how it could develop. And he's at the same time, actually, that he has been making these non-aggression pacts with these different armed groups, those armed groups have actually still been attacking other neighborhoods. And what Barbecue has been doing is taking in the victims from those neighborhoods and allowing them to take shelter inside his neighborhood, allowing them to set up markets, which is basically how they survive, by selling, in informal markets on the street. So it's just a totally fluid situation that could just go any way.
Do you get the sense that the United States meddling, or the United Nations meddling in this, is subsiding, or is this sort of a catalyst moment where you're about to see a lot more nefarious, I don't want to say boots on the ground, but money flowing in, arms flowing in, meddling flowing in all of the ways that the U.S. manages to meddle, and we don't see it in the open air?
I mean, it's no secret that the arms come from the U.S. and have been for quite a while, whether through official or unofficial means. I mean, Florida has very lax gun laws. It's easy to get guns out and smuggle them in to Haiti. So that has been going on for quite a while. I mean, I think the U.S.'s overall strategy is really faltering. They haven't been able to convince many countries to go in, even with Kenya has said they would contribute 5,000 police. Benin, which is in West Africa, recently announced that they would contribute 1,000 police. The Bahamas, a few other countries have said they would contribute, very small amounts, which are more symbolic than anything. But it's really not enough to be able to accomplish what the U.S. wants, which is to basically go in and root out these, so-called gangs. First of all, just the number of forces. I think you want, maybe a 5-to-1 ratio of foreign troops going into these neighborhoods, where the locals, of course, have the advantage. It's like the Americans going into Vietnam or something. You're going against people who know the terrain, who speak the language, who can blend in, with the civilian population, with the public, and they just kind of appear and disappear and this kind of thing. So it's really a bad situation for any Kenyan or any Kenyan police officer to be going into these slums in Haiti trying to, also they don't even speak the language. In Kenya, they speak English and Swahili, but they don't.
Yeah, man, this is one big effed up situation right now. But I mean, this is exactly what happens. This is what happened when an unelected leader is placed in a position of power in a country, and that country is getting, that unelected leader is getting the backing of an even larger powerhouse. But this is not too far-fetched from what's happening in the U.S. I mean, imagine if an unelected leader here in the U.S. actually gets into power and then, starts imposing a lot of things on people that they don't want, and then it reaches out to other nations around the world and have them come into your country and police you. I mean, this is why a lot of Haitians, they've historically voted Democratic, but I think you're going to start seeing a lot more Republican slash independent votes coming from Haitians and from people around the world, because, this is something that seems to be an ongoing trend of the Democratic Party. Unfortunately said, I mean, my parents have always voted Democratic, and shoot, I voted for Obama twice. I mean, it's not sustainable this way. But yeah, like I said, this is not a political channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you learned anything. Do you think this is right? Do you think it's right to have the U.S. send troops into Haiti from Kenya and then have them police the people in Haiti? Nah, I mean, just for me speaking, I don't think that's the right thing. I'm Haitian and I have lots of family over there in Haiti, but I hope that you guys learned something and actually gained a new perspective on what's actually happening in Haiti. Now, go ahead, go to Redacted and go follow them. They'll get you the right information that you need and will keep you informed on what's actually going on. Stop listening to all these other social media influencers and people who don't really know what's going on in Haiti. But I digress. You guys go ahead, like and subscribe to the Hot Pot. Back to our original scheduled program.